Hey now, say now, welcome back to the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty. Today, the Cardinal head on the road for their early ACC road test against the Florida State Seminoles. How will the defending champions act today as they face their first true test to begin the season here in just the third game of the campaign? Marvin Childers looking to lead the team to a back-to-back championship game, and this will be a big test to see if he's got the skills and the stones to compete with the cream of the crop of the ACC. The Florida Seminoles has an 84 overall roster, but has some elite talent at the top of their team, including free safety Jose Hardwick, who comes in at an 89 overall. The former four-star recruit is already up to an 89 overall as just a sophomore. He can cover, he's got the quickness, and he can play the run support. He could be a game breaker here in this one. Next up, we have quarterback Kevin Perry, who's also an 90 overall, the three-star dual threat quarterback in his redshirt senior year. He's a dual threat, but can also make pretty much every throw with high 80s across the board in all the accuracies, including a 91 throw power. He's going to be a quarterback that we're going to have to get some pressure on. His top offensive target will be tight end Tayshawn Gelsey, an 89 overall vertical threat who's going to set up a crucial tight end matchup here going up against the Cardinal star tight end. He's got really good route running, really good hands, and can also block. And oh yeah, he can also run. He's going to be a game breaker on the offensive side of the ball. The next best defensive player is Mike linebacker Emmanuel Getz. He's a four-star lurker linebacker who's got 91 in awareness, 84 rated speed, but also has good run stopping and pass coverage to go along with pretty decent pass rush. So he's going to be the one quarterback in the middle for the Seminole defense. Before hitting the field, we also wanted to take a look at the 2029 Heisman Trophy race, where transfer halfback Mo Apple is currently third in the country after a 180-yard, one-touchdown effort last week against the Tulane Green Wave. So it's time to hit the field, where the Stanford Cardinal got the ball first. First and 10 from the 36. Childers drops back the pass. They set up the screen. It's the aforementioned Apple. He got a colony in front of him. Whoops! Jukes out a defender before sprinting upfield for a huge gain. 43 yards to open the drive for the Heisman hopeful. After the big play, they face a 3rd and 4 from the 13. Childers drops back to pass. He's going to roll to the left. He throws on a run, tries to throw it up top, but it's intercepted. It is star safety Jose Hardwick as he picks off the errant throw and takes it away for the Seminoles. Seminoles looking to score off the turnover. Quarterback Kevin Sperry's going to fake the handoff, and he dumps it off to Tayshawn Gelsey. Whoops! He jukes out a defender. He takes it all the way down inside the 5. Huge play by the tight end there. Then, 2nd and goal on the goal line. Inside give to halfback Coco Boggs. He powers his way into the end zone, and the Seminoles strike first after their defensive takeaway. They take a 7-0 lead midway through the first quarter. Florida State quickly got the ball back. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Sperry drops back to pass on the 48. He loads up and finds Gelsey wide open once again. TJ Blanco tackles him down inside the 10, and he's over 100 yards in just the first quarter. Then, a couple plays later, Sperry drops back to pass again, but this time the pressure gets through. Ethan Workman takes him down for the sack, and Florida State was forced to settle for 3 on the drive. Stanford drive again, ball on the 48, facing a 3rd and 8. Childers drops back to pass. He gets happy feet before finding Childers wide open on the outside for the first down. He extends the drive, going over 80 yards in the first half. He then faced a 4th and 2 on the 25-yard line. He decided to go for it. Inside give to Apple. He cuts outside before cutting it up inside, and he picks up 18 to convert down the gain. Then, 2 plays later, 2nd and goal from the 3. Childers are going to change the play before taking the snap. Throws it to the outside, and it's hauled in by Heathson, who toe taps it for the touchdown. Stanford strikes back on a hostile environment, cutting the lead to 3. Seminole drive again. Ball on a 26 after on a 2nd and 9. They're going to send a man in motion before Sperry barks out orders. He's going to take the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, and he's taken down for a huge loss. Justin Trusnick wasn't fooled on the fake, and he takes the quarterback down for the big sack. Florida State was forced to punt the ball back to Stanford, and they faced a 3rd and 1 from the 28-yard line. Under center on this one. Inside give to Brian Pounds. He sees nothing but green before he darts for the end zone for the touchdown. Stanford takes the lead after some early turmoil, and Pounds puts them ahead 14-10 with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Then, later on in the half, with 30 seconds left, Sperry drops back to pass, and of course he's going to go up top to a tight end, Gelsey, for the big gain. This sets up a field goal attempt with just 2 seconds left, and kicker Miguel Oliveira comes on, boots it right through the uprights for the field goal, and Stanford's lead is cut to just 1 going into the halftime break, 14-10 for the Cardinal, who withstood some early jitters and take the lead. However, Seminoles offense is rolling in the passing game. We've got a good game on our hands going into the second half. Late in the third quarter, Sperry's going to drop back to pass. He's going to navigate the pocket and throws an absolute strike to wide receiver Chris Chansey for a big gain. Fourth quarter now, Florida State ball on the 12-yard line. Facing the 2nd and 10. Sperry's going to drop back to pass. He's going to fake the handoff, but the Stanford pressure comes right up the middle. It's Larry Heaslip for the sack, and Florida State is forced to kick a field goal. 19-17 was the score now, late in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes to play. 3rd and 6. Childress drops back to pass. Florida State blitzes, but leave Mikhail Skinner wide open up the middle of the field for the huge gain. First down ball at the 41-yard line. Then, on the very next play, Childress drops back to pass. He sees the green sea, parks up the middle. He dashes up for a huge first down, getting them well into field goal range. After the drive, Stanford was able to bleed the clock all the way down inside 30 seconds, and Dakota Clark comes on for a chip shot field goal, and Stanford takes the lead with just under 30 seconds to play. Then, Florida State's last attempt. Sperry drops back to pass, doesn't see anyone open, decides to tuck it and run. He picks up a block, breaks off a tackle before cutting it downfield. He eventually taken down at the 34-yard line, and Stanford holds off the furious play, and the Cardinal improved to 3-0 on the year after squeaking out a 20-19 victory. Marvin Childress had 209 yards on 1 touchdown on 66% completion. Florida State kept them in the game. Ultimately, Cardinal hold them all for a 1-point victory. The rushing attack led the way with 147 yards on the ground, while the passing attack was efficient, and they also were 7 for 16 on 3rd down and 2 for 2 on 4th down, while Florida State was just 3 for 10 on 3rd down, ultimately making a difference in this one. The rushing attack was led by Brian Pounds, who had 12 carries and 72 yards and a touchdown. Mo Apple added 41 yards on 10 carries, and Marvin Childress added 24 yards, with majority coming on that run late in the fourth quarter. Mikhail Skinner led the team with 66 yards on 5 catches. Mo Apple added 47 yards through the air, 7 and 36 and a touchdown for Heath Sun, while Donovan Hamilton added 31 yards and Pat McGlonton was just held to 28 yards. Defensively, Larry Heaslip had 10 tackles, 2 TFLs and a half sack. Ty Prince added 10 tackles at the safety position. Willie Freeze added another 8 tackles at corner, while Lee Nata, Heaslip, Sizemore, Trusnick, and Workman all had TFLs. Game 2 today's episode sees Stanford return home in a little more cushy of a matchup against the Syracuse Orangemen. They continue ACC play with the Qs, who are currently 2-1 on the year, looking to take down the number 2 Cardinal. Action starts in the first quarter. 5 minutes left. Facing a 3rd and 11, Childress threads the needle to John Anthony Hall up the middle for the first down. Then, ball on the 34. Childress going to fake the handoff. Finds Hall on a crossing pattern. He outruns the defense all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. And the Stanford offense gets rolling early, striking with the first quarter touchdown. Syracuse drive now, ball on the 50-yard line. Inside give to backup Malachi Coleman. He makes a cut, jukes out another defender before taken down at the 33-yard line. His run helped set up a goal line appearance. Brenton Sampson takes the direct snap. He follows his lead blockers and he somehow sneaks his way into the end zone, and Syracuse strikes back to tie the game. However, their defense was no match for the Cardinal offense. They drive down inside the 5 before Childress finds Mo Apple on an out route. Quick throw in the end zone for the touchdown. Stanford jumps back out in front. Then, second quarter now with 3 minutes to play. Sampson drops back the pass, finds no one open, takes a big shot, loses the ball, and it's recovered by Justin Trusnick. He takes it the other way. 20, 10, rumble, big man rumble. Touchdown Cardinal on the defensive scoop and score. Cardinal now lead 23-7 late in the second quarter. Childress drops back the pass. He's going to scramble to the right before finding Mo Apple on the outside. He outruns the defense, and it's another big play touchdown for the Heisman hopeful. Stanford looks to break this one open late before the second half. We jump ahead to the third quarter now. 9 minutes left. Q's facing a 3rd and 13. Sampson's dropped back to pass. He goes up top, and it's John Slayton who beats TJ Blanco on a deep route. He takes it all the way back to the end zone, and the Orange were not done just yet. The score was 30-20 late in the third quarter. Ball on the 33-yard line. Inside give to Mo Apple. He picks up 2 blocks downfield, cuts to the outside, foot race to the end zone, and of course, he wins it. Touchdown number 3 for the electric gadget player. Stanford extends their lead 37-20. But the offense was not done yet. They get down to the 16-yard line again just before the end of the third quarter. Play action by Childress. He throws a strike to Pat McLaughlin for the touchdown, and Stanford puts more points on the board before the fourth quarter. They hold off a furious comeback from Syracuse, 51-35 after the huge game from Mo Apple with 3 total touchdowns for the Heisman candidate. Stanford remains undefeated here to begin the season. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you like today's episode, please hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.